Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Get ready to take a trip down memory lane. That table can only mean one thing. You're about to see something real crazy. Went to a tag sale today, and you will never believe what I bought for $25. And you're about to see probably one of the craziest gaming buys I've ever came across. $25. So let's start off with the gaming console. Yes, you're seeing that correctly. That is a Virtual Boy. And I found that at a tag sale for $25. And I cleaned it up a little bit. And it only took me like 10 minutes to clean this thing. $25. And that's not all. But we got the controller right here. You can see the controller is in really good shape. And that's not all. It came with this. So instead of having the battery pack, you can actually plug this in, which is fantastic because the battery pack is useless. This thing eats batteries within a couple hours. I used to own a Virtual Boy back in the day, and I'd never had the AC adapter for it, so for me to play my Virtual Boy, it costed a lot of money to go through a lot of batteries. So let's put that there. See the controller right there. And it came with a few games. Let's take a look at what we have here. Came with Mario Tennis, which was definitely the launch title with Virtual Boy. This came free with most Virtual Boy consoles. Let's see if my camera will focus so you can see that. Came with how you say it? Tellero Boxing. This I never owned. You can see it's in pretty good shape. It has the little thing right here, the dust cover. And Tellero Boxing, if that's how that's pronounced. You can see right there, it looks to be in really, really good shape. And then a third game right here, this is the final game that came with it. Of course, Wario Land, probably the most sold out game for the Virtual Boy. The best game on the Virtual Boy. This game, I owned it back in the day. This is pretty much the only two games I owned was Wario Land. I probably said Virtual Boy. So I was reading it up on top. That's how excited I am to buy this again. But this is Wario Land. My correction. Wario Land, the most hard out sought game for the Virtual Boy. And probably a great example of how great the Virtual Boy console was. All that shenanigans on the Virtual Boy damaging your eyeballs and all that stuff. Bunch of bull crap. This game right here definitely proved that the Wario Land, the Virtual Boy, that is, proved that the Virtual Boy was definitely an awesome. I'm getting real nervous about this thing. I can't believe I bought this for $25. So anyways, this game single-handedly made the Virtual Boy worth owning because it was a great game. And I cleaned it. Now, there is probably a few things wrong with it. I'm not expecting it to work perfect, especially for $25. It was pretty dusty. It looked like it was in a basement forever. Whoever had it last, it looked like it was in a basement for probably 20 years. So we're going to plug it in, and we're going to test it out. And we're going to see if it works normal, or if it works at all. Maybe it doesn't work. Let's find out. So we have this plugged in. I'm just going to plug this into the wall. Let's be one moment, and we'll see. Even if it doesn't work, it's going to be worth the money as a display piece. And I probably won't play it too much. So whether it works or not, it's not going to matter too much to me. So it's going to be more of a display piece. Although I would love to be able to play this game again on real hardware. I actually played Wario Land on an emulator, which I probably could show you guys. There is a Virtual Boy emulator on PC and a few other things, and it actually works quite well. But I would rather see the actual real thing, which is probably hard to come by. And this thing's pretty old, so I'm not expecting it to work right. But the on and off switch is right here. The power goes through here, and we're gonna plug it in, and we have to plug the controller in right here. And the controller, back in the day, I owned an NES console for quite the many years, and this kind of reminds me of an NES console. So let's plug this in. And sorry for shaking the camera there. Let's see if this works. So in order to play the Virtual Boy, you have to put your face up against this right here. So let me see if I can take a peek real quick, and you guys could watch me for a second while I'm peeking through to see what we get here. Find out if this thing actually works or not. So far it looks dark. Oh, we're getting a picture. Okay, so I see a picture coming out on the right side. The left side appears to be not working, which is fine because I'm not expecting this thing to work at all for that price. And there appears to be a little bit of lines on the right side. It's not too bad. It's playable. Now, without the left side working, it won't be 3D. But the good news is it's working. And wow, the audio's loud on it. I forgot how loud those speakers were back when I owned this back in the day. And let's see if I can get you guys a little sample of how this looks. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Alright, so this is going to be a little tricky, but we're going to try to see if we can zoom in here and give you guys an example of how this looks. I'm starting to get a little bit of something there. What I'll probably do is raise the tripod up a little bit higher. Maybe I'll just put the camera straight up to it. So that's the right side right there, as you can see. That's what a Virtual Boy screen looks like up close. That's incredible. You see, even though it's red, it has a lot of detail. Over on this side, it doesn't work. This side it works, that side it doesn't work. So if both sides were working, you would get the awesome 3D effect. Unfortunately, that side is not working, so. You see, I'm having quite a bit of fun. Let's see if I can turn the volume down. It might actually be possible for me to actually record a Virtual Boy game on this thing. If I leave it like that, that actually looks not bad. That's doable. I could actually record gameplay footage. It would be in 2D, but hey, what the hell, you can't record in 3D anyways. Check that out. Look at the detail on that little screen. That is pretty amazing. And I'm not sure if you guys ever seen real Virtual Boy footage being recorded on a real piece of hardware, but this is it right here. This is pretty awesome. It may be able to be fixed, I'm not sure. It's quite possible that there could be something wrong with the a capacitor, or maybe that screen's dead. I have no idea how to fix that stuff at all, or if that's replaceable. I doubt it. This thing's pretty obscure, so I highly doubt that you'll be able to actually fix one of these things. More than likely, you'll probably have to buy another broken one and pray that that side works, and then make a Frankenstein Virtual Boy. That's my idea of possibly fixing it. But this is what the controller looked like. And I always thought that the GameCube controller was inspired by the Virtual Boy controller, because they kind of have that same shape. It's a little different, but I'm going to show you. I have a GameCube controller here, and they kind of, for some reason, they look kind of similar to me. It's shaped a little bit differently, of course, but I feel like that eventually the shape of this controller turned into the GameCube controller. And that is a very unique looking controller. You have the little buttons in the back, kind of similar to what the GameCube has. This doesn't have the joysticks at all. The GameCube controller has their D-pad down here instead, and the joystick up here. And of course they have their A, B, X, Y buttons over here, all that stuff. But I always got a kick out of the Virtual Boy controller. A very, very unique, interesting looking controller. And I am very, very happy I found this with an AC adapter, because man, these things eat up batteries worse than a Game Gear, to say the least. Man, I remember, I think this took 4 batteries, 4 AA's or something like that. And man, maybe 6, I don't remember. But I do remember that it ate up batteries quick. So, good news, we got it for 25 hours. Good news, it does turn on and it works, and it might be possible for us to record something off of it. It might be easier for me to play, because I can actually look at it through the camera screen instead of the actual goggles. It was a little dirty when I got it, so I cleaned it off. It only took like 10 minutes. Well worth the money. It will more than likely just be a display piece. I'm not going to put through the stress of making it play like I used to do with my original Virtual Boy. I used to play the hell out of that, but yeah, if you like the Virtual Boy, if you ever played one, comment down below and let me know what you think. And don't forget to give a thumbs up if you want to see some more Virtual Boy gameplay from these 3 games right here. Maybe we'll pick up some more games. I remember seeing a few games over at Game Exchange over in Connecticut. So next time I drive out that way, who knows? Maybe we'll come across more Virtual Boy games. And stay tuned for more episodes of Memory Lane.